Hawkglow off-road lights. They can be found at hawkglow.com. Use code Mazda15 for a 15% discount. I received this packaging from Hawkglow. I previously used their headlight bulbs before in the Mazda RX-8 and in a 2008 Expedition. So these are some off-road lights. I'm going to be putting these on the front bumper of my 2008 Toyota Tundra. So these come as a set of 2 lights. Looks like they have some amber lenses on them, but they do also have the capability of being clear. So I'll most likely use them as clear lenses. So we got 2 lights. There are going to be some hardware and some brackets in here that'll allow me to mount the lights to the bumper. And then the electrical harnesses. All right, these have relays and an on and off button switch. This would be everything that's included in the box. We got the 2 lights, the 2 brackets for the lights that have hardware included. And these are the Allen wrench tools for that hardware. With 2 amber lenses for the off-road lights. We have a product manual for the lights and an electrical harness that is relayed and has the on-off switch. I'm gonna go over the product manual. The good stuff's on the other side. Now, what looks cool about this schematic is that these are the key components right here. This is a pretty good design. Like, all anyone has to do is get a ground and a positive battery source. It's already relayed. There's no guesswork of running your own relays. The switch is already there, don't need a toggle switch. So finding a place to mount the lights and then putting this port close to the battery, of course. And then after that, it's plug and play. Like, the connectors will plug right into the lights. Just like it's shown. I'm not gonna worry about this daytime running light. I'm just gonna have it toggled to the switch that's supplied with the kit. I did say I was gonna put on the Tundra's front bumper, but I just got a different idea. Plus the Tundra already has enough lights on the bumpers. I got the lights plugged in and temporarily wired to a battery source. I like these little terminals. They worked out real good for this setup. So the plan is to get the fuse box and the relays as close to the battery as possible in the vehicle. And then this will be mounted somewhere along the center dash area. I'll find a good place for it. It's already got a double stick tape backing for it. And here's the lights, so let's see how they work. We'll press the green one first. So the top portion comes up and the amber ring around, and the red one. So both come on. Half full. So they can both be on at the same time, and then just have the top portion. Or either or. It's pretty bright when it's hitting you right in the eyes. Okay, so they work. Everything works. So I want it just like this, but applied to the vehicle. So my truck had these threads already. Just like right here. That's an M6 by 1.0. I don't know why it was there, or I did used to have a bed cover, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. But instead of using the bolt for the bracket that the kit came with, I'll use this and put the mounts that already have these existing threads with this hardware, and I'll mount the lights in the bed. Either early in the morning or at night, it's rather dark back here if I need to find something. So setting up the lights to be able to shine back here is going to work wonders. With that in mind, I may or may not have to extend the wiring. If I have to, I have to. I have solder or and connectors, so I can make it happen. Currently, I'm looking for a way to pass the electrical wiring for the switch through the firewall, and I've probed a little location already. So I got my location. I'm gonna pull this through some. I'll tape the wiring harness and then pull it through. I am not gonna try and get this whole switch through, so I'm gonna disconnect it here. I won't lie, that was held in pretty good. Okay, so this side will be in the vehicle waiting for this side to arrive. I'll wrap them in tape so nothing breaks. Now that that's wrapped in tape, I'm gonna wrap tape around both. All right, now it's ready to be pulled through. I'm gonna pull on the rod from this side. Watch it pass through from this side. Yeah, I got it. Before I connect the wires back together, I'm gonna pass this in through one of these. And I don't have to take them off really. I can drill a hole and pass them through, but I'll take them off, size it up, drill a hole, and connect the wires. This is gonna come out, and it has double stick tape already on it, and I'll stick it here. Yeah, these are easy to pull out, so I'll go ahead and put a hole in it. It's on the operating table. That's enough to pass these through. With some wax and tar remover, I'm going to clean the area before I apply the double stick tape and set the switch in place. That'll do. Now these will be able to go back with each other. Now that's where it needs to be. I'll go ahead and pull all the slack and bundle that up and make it nice and neat. But before I pull the rest of the slack in, I'm gonna mount the relays. I mean, this could be zip tied anywheres, but I'm not really into that if I don't have to use them. I'm gonna put 2 riv nuts here and then mount it up right there. That'll keep the fuse box close to the battery, and then I'll be able to use the battery's terminals to put these in place. So I went ahead and put some riv nuts in here, the inner fender area, and got the relays mounted there. The battery is back in, the relays are mounted, and I pulled all the access slack for the switch through the firewall. Now I'm gonna get the lights mounted in place. The vision is to have them back here. One here and one here. So these brackets come with 2 Allen bolts, and there's 2 holes either on the top side or the bottom side. Either way, the bracket can be mounted either side. I'm gonna mount it to this side. And this bracket is a 2-piece configuration. So for ease of installation, I'm gonna take them apart from each other. And that'll make for better access of getting this bracket to the lights housing. Alright, now that one of the pieces of the bracket is attached to the housing, I can go ahead and get the other one back in. At this point, I'm going to keep this bracket just snug. I'll tighten it once it's in place. Now, I'll be able to get the bracket onto a position where it's going to stay. There we go. A little adjustable too. That's cool. Now there's the other side to do. Now the lights are mounted in place. What's going to happen is they're going to do a cross section. That one's going to come towards my direction, and that one's going to go towards the opposite direction. It'll still get full coverage of the bed. Alright, to recap, we got our switch in place. The relay's mounted where it needs to be. And now the lights are installed. Next up is to get the harness to power those lights. 2 ways I could think of. One is to run the harness through the inner fender liner, down out of it, and follow the frame, or and run where the other little wire harness went to, go under the brake booster, and then follow down to the frame. Either way, it doesn't matter, but I think I'm gonna do the latter. I will be extending the harness for the extra distance it has to travel to power the lights. The harness has been extended by about 10 feet. The harnesses have been ran and plugged into the lights. Almost everything's installed. Now it's to give the lights some power. Last is to power the system. Everything is completely installed. See what happens if we push the green. It lit up. It's cool. And they lit up. Cool. Now red. It lit up. And both sides are on. Sweet. So I think this cross section's gonna work out pretty good. But a couple of other options I could have considered, and I did, was if I would have used a standoff and longer hardware, I could have mounted this 90 degrees to where it would tilt up and down. Or I could have put like 2 to 3 inches above here, I could have put some riv nuts, mounted it there in the same way it's doing here, or the 180 degrees. It could have mounted here and tilted this way, and then I could have fed the harness through this hole because the lights would have been up here or even below. Either way, but this is going to work out fine, and it's better than what I had before. Now I'll be able to see back here when I need to. Here are with the amber covers. See what it does at night. It lights everything up like I thought. It's perfect. Oh, that's so bright. Oh, that's just half. We still got the red to go through. Yeah, definitely gonna see everything I need to back here now. Look how bright. That was a good move. Jeez, that's nice. This is how much you can see without the lights. Nothing. That is nothing. With the lights, everything. Too dark to see where my jack is. Now with these lights. Again, they can be found at hawkglow.com. Use code Mazda15 to get a 15% discount.